Hey guys, welcome back to the Buchanan family. Today's video is a little bit different. If you are new around here, my name is Paula and we make pretty much daily family vlogs on our channel. You do occasionally get a little video like this, like a sit down video or a challenge video or just something a bit different that's not a daily family vlog. So from the title in today's video, you will have guessed I'm going to be talking about my top 5 tips for Alton Towers. Now, we took a trip to Alton Towers last month at the start of July. I'll put the link to that video up here and you can see it. My kids are upstairs playing in the garden. Our house is weird, the garden's upstairs, and they are playing on their bikes and they are ringing their bells like nobody's business, and I can hear them ring. So if you can hear bells ringing, it's from the kids' bikes, but it's keeping them distracted so I can make this video. So yeah, I'm going to get started. Our top 5 tips for Alton Towers. I have visited Alton Towers a few times as a teenager, but this was the first time I visited as an adult and obviously the first time with our kids. So some of the tips you might think, oh, well, that's a bit obvious, or I would never have thought of that, but I would also like to hear your tips, guys, because we will probably be going back again this year. So put your comments, your tips, if you've got any questions, put them in the comment section. I can answer them, other people can hopefully answer them too. So I'm going to get straight in. Tip number 1 is, maybe seems like a silly tip and like something you might not have thought about, but before you go to Alton Towers, check ticket prices. There are loads of ways you can buy tickets. You can buy a ticket on the door, like at the gate on the day. You can buy tickets online through Alton Towers in advance. Buying a ticket at the gate on the day is the most expensive way to buy a ticket because you pay full price. If you buy online, even a couple of days in advance, but you have to do it in advance, you get a discounted rate, which is great. There are also other ways to get discounts on an Alton Towers tickets. There are things like annual passes for just Alton Towers or like the wider network. I think they're it's called Merlin passes, but sometimes you can get a free child or get a free adult voucher. You often find them on cereal boxes, or right now our Lidl, I don't know if it's the same in the rest of the UK, but here in Scotland, Lidl are doing, I can't remember if it's a free adult or a free kid, but it's inside their magazine and you get a voucher and you need to take your Lidl receipt and you get a free adult or a free kid, which is pretty good. The way we got our tickets is probably the cheapest way you could ever get a ticket. We got our ticket through the newspaper. It was a deal that was running on the paper back in June, and if you bought 4 newspapers and got 4 different codes, so like 1 code each day, you could then swap those codes and get 2 Alton Towers tickets for £10. So between the cost of paying £10 for 2 tickets and the 4 papers, and you did also have to pay a booking fee, I think it was £1.50, it cost less than £20 and I got 2 Alton Towers tickets. So that was amazing, because a full price Alton Towers ticket is about £40, £50, I think it's about £40. It's expensive, it's not a cheap day out, so less than £10 for 1 ticket was amazing. So that is my first tip. Check prices and make sure you get the best deal before you go. Never buy on the gate. Tip number 2 is also maybe something people think, well, duh, but maybe you might not know this. Get there in plenty of time. Check what time the park opens and closes at in advance so that you know, okay, the park opens at 10, so we should be there before 10. If you stay in the Alton Towers Hotel, generally they get in 1 hour in advance. There's 2 different Alton Towers hotels, and if you stay in either of them, you get in early. So sometimes they let just general public in at that time as well. So you want to be there really early. We live just outside Glasgow, if you don't know, and it took us about 4.5 hours to drive there on the morning that we went there. That's a long time. We also didn't really include time for stopping, which was a rookie move, because I thought, because it was the middle of the night, we left at like 3:30 in the morning, I thought everybody's going to be sleeping. No, they weren't. People needed the toilet, kids had to get changed because we just took them in their pajamas, so we had to stop. So make sure you include, if you're driving, make sure you include enough time to stop, like ample time. Like we stopped twice for like 20 minutes each time and we really didn't think about it. So do include your stops and also time for traffic. And you want to get there early, because if you park in the general car park where we parked and where most people park, it's £6 to park there, and it's actually a walk, like a 15-minute walk away from the gates of Alton Towers, so you need to walk there, so that's another 15 minutes. Or like us, you can take the monorail, which is free, but we waited in our 15-minute queue to get on the monorail. When you were then on the monorail, it only took like 2 minutes to get there, but we had to wait like 15-20 minutes in the queue just to get on the monorail. So make sure you allow plenty of time and then time to queue up and get in. We also had to have our bags searched. There was armed police at Alton Towers that day. I think that's pretty standard now across lots of theme parks in the UK. I know like Disney Paris has had armed police at the gates for quite a while, so be aware that you might see armed police, and maybe you might want to let your kids know in advance if you're going with kids that there could be armed police. We had to have our bags searched. Everybody got their bags searched, not just us. So do allow for time for stuff like that as well. Tip number 3 might seem, I don't know, I feel like all these tips I'm saying might seem a bit silly, but the amount of people I've seen with sore feet at Alton Towers was insane. People were wearing flip-flops and sandals. I love sandals. I wear fit flops all the time. Not for Alton Towers, guys. I walked something like 17,000 steps when we went to Alton Towers. That's a lot of steps. So you guys, you want to wear the right shoes. If it starts raining as well, your feet are going to get wet. If you wear sandals or flip-flops, you're going to need to take them off all the time on rides if you're going on the big rides, because believe it or not, they might fall off, so you can't wear them. So my tip would be to wear the right shoes. I wore like Converse type trainers, and I think Thomas did as well, but I actually would have been better off wearing my hiking boots, because by the end of the day my feet were really tired. So make sure you wear the right shoes. Do not wear brand new shoes either. If you're prone to getting blisters or your skin rubbing, you might want to take plasters with you, just so that you can maybe put a plaster on your skin where it's getting sore. And tip number 4 is to buy food in advance and bring your own food and drinks into the park. The food and drinks in all theme parks across the UK, not just theme parks, but zoos and like farms and loads of different places that you might go with your kids, like lots of attractions, is generally quite expensive, because they know you're not going to leave where you are to go out, drive away in your car and go somewhere else, buy food and then come back. You're not going to do it. So they know that you've got you and you can pay. They can charge you more money and you're going to pay it because you don't really have a choice. So we, in advance, we stopped off at Morrison's in the little village just before you hit Alton Towers, and we spent around £20 and we kind of brought like picnic stuff. So obviously we were driving all the way down from Scotland, so we did not make a packed lunch, like as in sandwiches and stuff. We didn't do that because I didn't want, like, how would I keep it in the car and then keep it cool all day? That's too long out of the fridge. So what we did was, when we went to Morrison's, we do this quite a lot if we go like to the zoo or trips out or days to the beach and stuff. We do this a lot. We bought spicy rice crackers for me and Thomas. They were spicy chili ones, breadsticks, soft cheese, a selection of deli meats like pepperoni, chorizo, some cooked chicken breast. You know, you get it in the packet and it's like smoky barbecue flavour or sweet chili flavour, that kind of thing. We also got a bag of apples, a bag of bananas, a punnet of strawberries, a punnet of grapes, some cookies, cheese strings, the kind of like, you know, the tube yogurts. The kids love them, they're just the squirty ones. And things like that, a bag of Skittles, a bag of M&Ms, a case of water, some juice. I don't normally buy the kids juice, but obviously it was a special treat going on Towers, so we bought some cartons of juice for the kids, and then just load it all up in your bag. There's loads of benches, picnic benches, regular benches, there's grassy spots you can sit on if it's dry, so there's loads of places you can eat your food. We put it all in Thomas's backpack, and then we actually put the backpack in the pram, so you don't even need to carry a backpack if you've got a pram with you too, so it is good. Our kids don't actually use prams, but the pram was good for putting jumpers in, jackets in, the bags in and stuff like that. So even when Oben, who is our youngest, when he wasn't in it, it was still pretty handy for putting all your stuff in. So I would advise taking a pram as well if you've got little ones. The food in Alton Towers is, I mean, it's not terribly expensive, but we didn't want to waste time. There's a couple of different options when you go to Alton Towers. You have sit-down restaurants. There's a couple of different sit-down restaurants. There's the roller coaster one, there's a pizza buffet, I think there's another one as well. But with that, not so much the cost, but when we go out for a meal, like a sit-down restaurant, it takes us about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get in, order, get some drinks, then you've got to wait for your food to be made, and then obviously you've got to eat your food, pay your bill, so it can take a long time, like up to 2 hours isn't a lot of time for us to go out for a meal, so we did not want to waste 2 hours of our day in the park. That just seemed stupid to us. So the other options is they have things like kiosks that sell burgers and chips, that sell hot dogs. There's also like a kind of KFC type place. So there are other options that are a bit cheaper, but to be honest, they weren't really that cheap. I had to look in one of the kiosks, and burgers, chips and a drink start from like £7-8, and the burgers looked not that nice. They were quite small. So I mean, I thought that was a lot of money for all of us to get burgers, chips and a drink. So just one meal and a drink, it would have been over £30. I think that's quite expensive for a burger, really, like, and it wasn't even a nice burger. Like, they did not look that good. If it's just maybe you on your own, you're just paying for yourself, then like £8 for a burger and chips and a drink isn't that bad. But if like us and there's 5 of us, that's a lot of money on pretty mediocre food. So instead of spending all that money on one meal and one drink, we spent £20 in Morrison's, and we got enough food, drinks, snacks to last a full day. And we actually had loads of leftovers as well, because like when you buy a bag of bananas and there's like 10 bananas in it, we obviously didn't eat 10 bananas in one day, so we had bananas left over. And Alton Towers don't mind you taking in your own food and drink, so definitely do that and save yourself some money. My 5th and final tip is to plan your day out. Have a look at maps online, either on Alton Towers website, you can print them out or just look at them online. Look at the rides you want to go on with you. If you're going with friends, what your friends want to go on. If you're going with kids, what will your kids get on. You can also check the height restrictions in advance, so you know in advance, oh, we can't go on that, our kids are too small, or we need to ride it separately. And then plan your day on the map. If you're going to do the big rides, so they call it the big 6, so it's like Smiler, Oblivion, those kind of rides, you want to get them done first, because the queues for them can be so bad, like over an hour queuing just for one ride, and that's a long time. So you want to plan it so that you can get all them done first when they're least busiest. Or if, like us, you have kids and you're not really doing the big rides. To be honest, I didn't want to do the big rides by myself. If I was with Thomas, I would have done them, but I didn't want to do them by myself. And Thomas didn't want to wait in the queue just to go on by himself either. So there are some rides have single rider lines, which means if you're just a single rider, you can go in and they just kind of put you in where there's spaces on, like literally on the seats, they just put you in. So that can cut your queue time down, but Thomas didn't really want to waste time, and I don't blame him. So what I would advise to do if you're like us and you have little kids is to go to CBeebies Land as soon as it opens, spend like an hour in CBeebies Land, and then go and do the other rides you want to do. So for instance, we went on the Runaway Mine Train, we went on Hex, Jewel, Blade, so the kind of bigger ones like that are still actually kind of scary, Enterprise, those kind of ones. So your kids, like all our kids could get on pretty much all of them. Go and do them, spend some time on them, and then on your way back, like on your way when you're leaving the theme park, go and spend another hour in CBeebies Land, because our kids absolutely loved CBeebies Land. It was a great place. Like, I kind of enjoyed some of the rides as well. So I know I've given you 5 tips already, guys, but I have one more little bonus tip for you. If, like us, you park in the regular car park at Alton Towers, it's £6 for the full day, which isn't too bad. You actually have to give the car park attendants on the way out a ticket that you've already bought inside the Alton Towers theme park. So what I would advise you to do is when you go into the theme park, there are machines where you can pay for parking. Most people pay for parking at the end of the day, as the parking machines are located at the gates just when you enter the park. So most people pay on their way out when they're heading back to their car. My top tip for you, my little bonus tip, would be when you enter the park in the morning, get your car park ticket then. It lasts all day, so it's not a problem, but pay for it then. You've got it, keep it in your purse, your wallet, your bag or whatever, keep it safe, make sure you don't lose it. And then at the end of the day, when everyone else is queuing up to pay for the parking, you can just walk on by and go and get the monorail, because you're probably not going to want to walk to the car park because your legs will be tired. So go and get on that monorail and you don't need to wait in that big queue. So that is my little mini bonus tip for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this little, I was going to call it a vlog, but it's not a vlog, this little bonus video for you guys. I hope these tips will help you out. As I said at the start, if you have any tips you want to share, put them in the comments section. If you've got questions about Alton Towers, put them in the comment section. I will try and answer questions if I don't know the answer. Hopefully maybe some other people will know. So definitely share your experiences as well with Alton Towers in the comment section, because I love getting to know you guys a little bit better. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please do. We make daily family vlogs pretty much every day with a new video at 5 PM on this channel. If you have not subscribed, do subscribe, because we're so close to 3,000 subscribers and we're doing a giveaway when we hit 3,000. So thank you very much guys for checking out this video, and I hope you have a great time at Alton Towers.